have a B9 RS5 with your stage 193 tune that I use as a daily driver. I don't track it. Will I see any benefit if I upgrade the intercooler and heat exchanger to the Wagner unit? I'm in Chicago area, so it can get hot in the summer, but nothing like in the Southwest. You will notice an improvement on sustained acceleration where you're shifting through multiple gears.
Yeah.
For example, if you launch the car and you accelerate through first, second, and third, you will notice more power through second and third gear as the intercooler system keeps the heat from the intake charge in check. If you are just kind of like, you launch it through first and then you grab second and you lift, or you are in fourth and you mash it through fourth and halfway through fifth and you lift, it's not going to be as noticeable because the stock intercooler has enough capacity to rein in the heat in short bursts like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the stamina. I'm talking in layman's terms.
Right.
It's not going to be able to continue to lower the heat for longer periods of time because it's quickly going to hit a threshold of heat that requires a power reduction in the ECU. So it's kind of like, if you want like a cool glass of water and you have like 1 ice cube versus 5 ice cubes. And, 1 ice cube will provide a certain amount of coolness to the water, but it'll melt quite quickly. Once it's gone, it's gone. But 5 ice cubes, you'll have more sips of cool water simply due to the additional capacity in the cooling. So it's up to you. I think in general, you will notice it. Especially if you track the car, it's going to be very noticeable. But on the street, again,
yeah.
If you're just squirting around here and there, it may not be that noticeable. There's also an improvement in flow. The Wagner intercooler has a larger cross-sectional area, and it's a higher flowing unit. So there's going to be a power increase from the flow as well. But by far, I don't want to overemphasize that.
Yeah.
The biggest benefit's the temp.
Yeah, and that's a tricky field to weigh in on because it's a power increase, but it's a power for the amount of boost you're making increase. So the overall output coming out of the motor may not be much higher,
right,
if any, but you're going to have that output longer and more efficiently. You're going to do it with a little cooler air temp because your pressure ratio across the charger or across the intercooler is going to be less. So the turbos are working less hard. The requested boost into the intake manifold, even though it's the same, is going to mean a slightly less wastegate duty cycle on the turbocharger, so you're going to get a little more bang for your buck on the boost side of things.